Well, hello, we are live and we are doing another versus battle. Last time we did DC characters, and this time we are doing comedians. So, what comedian do you think will win, Lukey?
I don't know. I don't want to be biased and put it out there. My favorite comedian in terms of acting is Adam Sandler, so I think it's going to be hard for me to knock him out at any point. So it's going to be a versus battle. So we've got 64 comedians. Generally, these are comedians that we are fans of and that we have seen movies of. I'm sure there's lots of great comedians that aren't on the list, but they're not ones that we are particularly fans of. Doesn't mean they're not good. It's just there's no point putting someone on the list if we're not familiar with their work or a fan of them. So we've got it down to 64. We've made this cool World Cup of Comedy style draw. It's determined who's going to battle who, and we are going to knock it out for supremacy.
Indeed.
Okay.
And we also got GBT to do it last week as well.
Yeah, so we got ChatGPT to do it. Every time we simulated it through ChatGPT, we found that the winner was
Robert Williams.
They gave Robert Williams the winner every time.
Against Eddie Murphy.
It changed the placings occasionally, but Eddie Murphy was generally number 2. So we are going to do ours. So I will just get this ready for us to edit and knock out. So first battle, we have Robin Williams from America up against Russell Brand. So Robin Williams, obviously in lots and lots of things, unfortunately deceased. Russell Brand, controversial in a couple of funny things. Generally a pretty funny bloke. Who are you tipping to win here?
I'm going to have to go with Robert Williams because even though I haven't watched as many of his movies, I just think he's more iconic. I think his crafting is legendary, and I think Russell Brand, I don't think he's as funny.
Well, Russell Brand hasn't been anything in for a long time. I think he's a bit of a podcast now and social commentator. Robin Williams, even if you weren't familiar with his work, lots and lots of comedians credit his style that has influenced them. So I think anyone that's that influential is obviously important. So we are going to unanimously agree that Russell Brand is flicked. Depending if we have any viewers at the time to help assist, if we get to a tie, should we flip a coin or something?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. If you got a coin handy, if we get to that point, we can't decide.
I can have a look.
Okay, if we get to a tie, if we can't settle one, we're going to flip a coin. Okay, battle number 2 on side Group A of the draw. We've got Jim Carrey versus Maya Rudolph. I must admit, I have no idea who Maya Rudolph is, so I will go Jim Carrey. I don't. Oh, that's a bit unfair. That means Jim Carrey and Robin Williams will verse each other next. Group B, we've got Adam Sandler versus Donald Glover.
Even though I do like Donald Glover, and I think he was excellent in the cop movies with Mel Gibson that I haven't seen, I'm going to have to go with Adam Sandler.
I'm going to go Adam Sandler. I also think that's Danny Glover. Donald Glover is the black comedian who's in Community and rapper Childish Gambino.
Oh, okay.
And the show Atlanta. Well, I think he's one of the most talented people on the planet. But in terms of comedy, I think Adam Sandler takes the cake, unfortunately, which is sad because I do like Donald Glover, but he will get the fluke. Next battle, we have Will Ferrell versus Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, I'm going to have to go with Will Ferrell.
I think, yeah, Whoopi Goldberg was a bit before our time. Yeah. I've seen the Sister Act movies, but I couldn't tell you what happens in them. Will Ferrell is, a legend of movies and of being on SNL. So, yeah, I agree with you there. Okay, moving into Group C, we've got Steve Carell and Martin Lawrence.
Probably Stephen Carell.
I'm going to also agree. I think Martin Lawrence is probably, I don't know, been around longer, had a fairly big impact, but yeah, Steve Carell, I think, is comedy gold. Ben Stiller versus Leslie Jones.
Ben Stiller, I don't know Leslie.
I think Leslie Jones is the really tall.
No, we got a comment.
Hi, what's up, guys? Ace Spoiler King. Maybe you can help us if we get to anything, any disputes. I'm also going to agree. Leslie Jones is gone. We're moving Ben Stiller on. Group D, Mike Myers and Chris Rock.
I prefer Mike Myers personally. I think he's been in lots more entertaining movies.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chris Rock's one of the best stand-ups. Seen him a couple of times, really enjoyed him. But in terms of movies, besides, being in Madagascar, like most of his other stuff, I don't think too highly of. Like, he has some good movies. I'm not going to say he doesn't, but I think stand-ups where he's like, he's like kills it at. Mike Myers,
Shrek,
yeah,
Austin Powers,
yeah, Wayne's World. He's in so many iconic comedy films, so it's hard not to have Mike Myers in there. Jack Black and Amy Poehler.
Jack Black.
Yeah, again, I think Amy Poehler is funny. She was really good on SNL, but yeah, I think Jack Black is, a lot of iconic roles. Also proved that he can play some serious roles too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Jack Black. So yet to pull out the coin or go to the crowd to help us, the audience, to decide on. Now we move to the opposite side of the draw. We've got Vince Vaughn versus Aziz Ansari. So he is the Indian, might be Pakistani fellow that's in like that movie that we watched with the Spirit, where it's like recently that's got
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, and that's him.
Oh, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think Aziz is funny, but Vince Vaughn is, a much longer and more decorated career.
Yes.
Okay. David Spade versus Eugene Levy.
I don't know who that person is.
Eugene Levy from Schitt's Creek.
Oh, okay. Maybe David Spade.
I think David Spade is really out there, funny, had his moments, in movies like Danny Boy. I think he's in the show Just Shoot Me. He was popular a while back, and now he's kind of faded off. Also, pretty tied in with Adam Sandler, the Sandlerverse. It's kind of why I'm a fan of him. Eugene Levy, probably more of a genius in sense of writing shows like Schitt's Creek. But yeah, most of his roles are kind of like, it's just not out there comedy. I think he's a clever comedian, but I think David Spade has to take that one. Group F, Jason Segel versus Keegan-Michael Key. This is someone that was added by ChatGPT, so I'm not familiar with their work. Jason Segel, killing. I love everything he's in. So
Jason,
yeah, like that, like
Shrinking,
forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I love you now.
Yeah, and don't forget being in How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
So yeah, Jason Segel is up there. Great comedian. Jason Sudeikis and Bill Murray.
I do like Bill Murray, but I don't know. Was it before our time? And Jason Sudeikis is more like he is in Ted Lasso. This is a hard one because one's like legendary and is in Ghostbusters, and the other one is I don't know.
I'm leaning towards Jason Sudeikis. Bill Murray is probably technically a better comedian, but maybe it's the recency bias. I think Jason Sudeikis has been some really good stuff. Bill Murray has that icon status. Obviously, my favorite movie that he's been in would be Caddyshack.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think Jason Sudeikis is just more out there. I think I like more of the things he's in. So I'm going to go Jason Sudeikis also.
Yeah.
Group D, Bill Hader and Chris Farley. So Bill Hader being, I'm trying to think things Bill Hader from SNL fame.
Bill Hader was in Tropic Thunder, wasn't he? As the assistant to the Tom Cruise character.
Possibly, I most know him from like one being in SNL. He's in the movie that's got no. There's a movie where he's like friends with LeBron James.
Oh yeah.
And he's like the knee surgeon or something. And then Chris Farley passed away. Was renownedly very famous on SNL, funny through like being in movies like Tommy Boy. You know, a lot of people credit Chris Farley with being like their favorite comedian of all time, but obviously had his drug and alcohol problems. I'm probably leaning towards, again, I think just based upon recency and Bill Hader being still alive, I think most things Bill Hader's in I find quite funny. So I'm leaning towards Bill Hader.
Okay, I'll go the same.
Not to say that Chris Farley isn't extremely funny. It's just he probably passed away way before our time. Ryan Reynolds and weirdly enough, Jackie Chan they put on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ryan Reynolds. I think Jackie Chan is kind of funny, but is he funny because he's playing like the Asian character that like I think I'm thinking like in Rush Hour, he's kind of like the character he like plays the like, oh, I don't know what's going on, like, oh, like I don't know if he is funny or it's just the situations he gets put in are funny. Okay. Group H, we've got Eddie Murphy and Tina Fey.
Eddie Murphy.
I agree. Eddie Murphy. Rob Schneider and Ed Helms.
Ed Helms is in the
Hangover.
Probably Ed Helms.
I like Rob Schneider. I think movies like Juice Bigelow I find extremely funny. So I am going to put in. You want heads or tails?
Heads.
Tails.
Okay.
Rob Schneider lives to see another day.
Indeed.
Okay, so let's continue back to Group A.
Is this the semi-finals or quarterfinals?
This would be the
quarters.
So we got Robin Williams versus Jim Carrey.
I think I'm going to have to go Jim Carrey, unfortunately.
I think the same. I think I like Jim Carrey films a lot better, like The Mask, Liar Liar, Yes Man. Him in a series of unfortunate events, Sonic. I just think he's maybe not as influential, and I think he credits Robin Williams as being his biggest influence. I just think he's funny. I just think there's more things I like.
Do you think Jim Carrey is on the spectrum or like got ADHD or?
I think he has ADHD. I don't know if on the spectrum. I think he says that he became funny as a kid because his mum had depression, so he felt that he needed to be crazy over the top to keep her spirits up. So you can tell that his comedy style is like the class clown, like the person that needs to like just make people laugh at all costs. Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell.
Even though I do like Will Ferrell, I do find his like he always plays the same role. What with Adam Sandler, I do think his movies basically doing the same thing are generally better, and he is in The Longest Yard, but I don't think Will Ferrell has done anything like that. He was in The Shrinking Next Door, but Adam Sandler.
I'm going to go Adam Sandler. As I said, I think he's my favorite. He has my favorite list of like catalog of movies out of all these comedians. Also, very clever writer. There's a reason he's became so successful. Yeah. Steve Carell and Ben Stiller.
That's a hard one because when it comes to comedic, I feel like they're equal, but Ben Stiller has moved into directing Severance and things.
Yeah, Ben Stiller's also proven he can play some serious roles too. Yeah. Quite a long career. He can be the villain, he can be the hero, he can be the funny guy, he can be the serious guy. Steve Carell, as much as I like him, if I really think back to it, outside of The Office, most of these other things he's in are like a bit of a flop. They're not they're not that good. So I'm going to go Ben Stiller.
Same as me.
Mike Myers and Jack Black.
That's a hard one.
Both voice acting fame. I think we've got Jack Black as Kung Fu Panda, Mike Myers as Shrek.
I feel like I want to flip a coin to leave up to Faith. I don't know if I can choose.
Yeah, I'm pretty even on them. So, whose heads?
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers' heads. Oh, dropped it. Tails. So Jack Black it is.
Okay.
Okay. Vince Vaughn and David Spade.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah. Sure. Jason Segel and Jason Sudeikis.
I like Jason Segel, I think. Even though I love Ted Lasso, but Jason Segel's, I think, is...
I think so as well. I think he's not over the top funny. He just delivers it well, where Sudeikis has to do like a quirky dance or a one-liner or put a voice on, where like Jason Segel, I think, is just very, very funny. Bill Hader and Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is far, far more famous and funny. I think Deadpool alone kind of jumps in pretty high up there. Eddie Murphy or Rob Schneider?
I know GBT made it that Eddie Murphy went into the final, but for me, I think it's Rob Schneider. I think Eddie Murphy had his prime, but now I think he's not as funny as at the moment, and I think he's kind of losing his what happened when he was younger.
I agree. ChatGPT was making out that he was the biggest superstar in the world at one point. And you look at his movie catalog, like, yeah, he's in Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, he was in Shrek. Literally everything outside of Shrek, the ratings are like 5 out of 10 stars on IMDb. Like, none of his things that were like superstardom were good. All his movies were very, very average. So I agree. I think Rob Schneider's funnier. Controversial bloke, but funny. Has some weird views. So into the semi-finals, we've got Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler.
I think Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. I think Adam Sandler. I think Adam Sandler is funnier than Jim Carrey. So Jim heads, Adam tails.
Okay.
Tails. So Adam Sandler lives another day. Ben Stiller versus Jack Black. Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, one Ben Stiller's director. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to go with Ben Stiller.
I think so too. I think Ben Stiller, much longer career. Can't really see Adam Sandler losing from here. Vince Vaughn or Jason Segel?
I like Vince Vaughn.
I like Jason Segel. I think Vince Vaughn he does kind of play the same character in every movie. He's like the tall, gentle bloke that's like laid back, like think of that movie he's in with Jennifer Aniston. Think about him in Hall Park. Most of the movies he's in, he's kind of, who's not on here? Owen Wilson. Yeah. I had Owen Wilson on the list and they've removed him. Screw you, ChatGPT. So Jason Segel versus Vince Vaughn. I think Jason Segel. Okay, Jason head, Vince tails. Tails. So Vince Vaughn is through. Ryan Reynolds or Rob Schneider?
Ryan Reynolds.
I'll agree. So in the semi-final number 1, we have Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller.
I think when it comes to different elements, I think Ben Stiller and Adam Sandler are equally as skillful. I think Adam Sandler might be a little bit more funnier, but when it comes to overall career, I think Ben Stiller is slightly better because of directing, and so it is very tight. So whoever wins, I think, deserves it.
I'm going to pick Adam Sandler. I just think that one has directed way more things than Ben Stiller. He's produced. He owns Happy Madison Productions. He's a billionaire. He has his own like Sandlerverse. He has these characters that cross between movies. The only thing that lets him down is he has some dumb movies.
He does.
But I think there's an audience to that. Ben Stiller's got a lot of, like, I don't know, what would Ben Stiller's best movie be? Like Dodgeball, and he's not even the main character of it.
Dodgeball, Meet the Parents.
Yeah, and then Meet the Parents, like, almost every movie Ben Stiller's good in, he's outshone by another comedian, whether it's Owen Wilson, whether it's Vince Vaughn, whether it's, Jack Black. Like, so where I think of Adam Sandler, yes, he does have team up movies like Grown Ups, but he's always the star in his own movies. So what, we're flipping a coin?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sandler tails, Stiller heads. Heads. Ben Stiller. Go to the final. So on the other side, we've got Vince Vaughn and Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Out of those, yeah, I think so. I think his comedy style is funny. So then that leaves us with our final of Ben Stiller and Ryan Reynolds.
Guess I'm going to have to go with Ben Stiller. I've been going for him for most of the night.
I think I find Ben Stiller more funny than Ryan Reynolds. So I'll do the same with a bonus round of, would Owen Wilson be funny? Owen Wilson gets another chance because he missed out. Would Owen Wilson be funnier than Ben Stiller?
I think so.
I think so. So does that mean Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson would be the winner? I don't know. But playing it by the rules, Ben Stiller wins. But if he had to come up against Owen Wilson, he would have lost probably. So I think
in that case, I think it would have been because I didn't think about Owen Wilson. I think I would have, if Owen Wilson was against Ben Stiller, I think Adam Sandler and Owen Wilson would be in the final.
Yeah. So based upon the system we did it, which is interesting because that's how things pan out, Ben Stiller would be the winner. I personally think the best comedian of all time is Adam Sandler because career longevity and the projects he's been in. Technically, who do I think the funniest comedian of the lot is? I kind of think Jason Segel's technically my most technically funny comedian. The most influential is, Robin Williams and Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
What do you think? So who do you think is ignoring this list would be your best, you think is the best comedian?
I enjoy listening to or hearing.
Yeah.
Probably Jim Carrey or Adam Sandler.
Out of all those comedians, this is hard. Who do you think has the best singular movie?
Singular movie?
Yeah, it would be the funniest movie out of every one of these comedians' best movie.
That's a hard question, but a good one because humor is different. I think probably Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I'd lean towards
Jim Carrey.
If I had to pick all those movies, the funniest movie I'm leaning towards like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. That's I'd almost say the top 10 are going to be almost all Adam Sandler films. So that's why I would pick. I think that he would have the funniest movie. If we had to do a battle where we put like 100 comedies and knocked them out to find the funniest comedy, I reckon I'd find Adam Sandler would sit at the top.
Yes.
And who do you think technically is the best comedian out of the lot?
Without their movies?
Oh no, but who do you think has the best style? So they may not be the funniest, but they just deliver the line at the right time. So someone like Eugene Levy, I think delivers a line really well. But he's not the funniest, but he might be technically the smartest comedian. Or
I do like probably Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I agree. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a lot of people missing here because that's 16. Where's the others? So meant to be several pictures. I'm just thinking about the amount of people that are not there. Because we don't have Owen Wilson. Where's Seth Rogen? Where's? Give us a second. Has ChatGPT done us dirty?
Was there several? No, I think they're just missing people.
Yeah.
Well, either way, do you think the result would have changed? Maybe we have a few different battles, but interesting.
Might have to do a part 2 and see.
Yeah, maybe we revisit this and see, and maybe we can think of some kind of criteria so that if we do get stuck again. Because yeah, I'm thinking about it. There's no Seth Rogen. Where was Jonah Hill? There's heaps of people we had on the list that have vanished.
Ricky Gervais.
Gervais, yeah. Damn you, ChatGPT. Okay.
It was still fun.
So we'll put a pin in it. We've got Ben Stiller as the winner so far. Neither of us would have picked him as our winner, but somehow we won anyway. So maybe we revisit this. Maybe comment who you think we missed and should be added.
Yes. Well, as always, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.
See you later. Bye-bye.